Let's be honest, sometimes it's just too much. Hi entrepreneurs, I'm Vicky Brown, and you're in the right place if you want to engage your team, boost your business, and grow your leadership muscle. Now, I don't mean the occasional off day or a tough week. I mean the kind of pressure that sits in your chest and won't let go. The kind of weight that makes your thoughts race before your eyes even open in the morning. That feeling where you're holding up the roof for everyone else and quietly wondering how much longer you can keep it from caving in. Oh, I've been there. And lately, more and more entrepreneurs are telling me they're right there too. I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed. I feel like I can't catch my breath, and there's no room to slow down. And they're not wrong. Look around. We're navigating political chaos that feels unrelenting. The headlines change daily, but the pressure doesn't. One side's completely out of bounds and the other's outraged. And you're just trying to figure out how you can make a business decision in the middle of all of it. Then there's global unrest, war, climate collapse, tragedies on every continent. You open your phone in the morning and feel it hit you before your feet hit the floor. You try to focus, but the tension lingers in your shoulders, your jaw, your gut. And the economy? Well, don't get me started. Interest rates are high, tariffs are a black cloud on everything, inflation's still sticky, investors are pulling back, customers are getting cautious, everything feels expensive and uncertain. You're expected to be confident, optimistic, strategic, but sometimes you're just trying to figure out how to make it to Friday without having to make another hard call. And then there's the compliance landscape. New laws, new rules, changing expectations. You're supposed to know what's coming before it even hits, like you've got a legal team and policy department in your back pocket. Spoiler alert, most of us don't. We're just Googling at midnight and hoping we're not missing something major. And technology continues to roll over everything at the speed of light. AI, automation, new platforms, constant updates. Oh, we're told it'll make our life easier, but half the time just adds another layer of learning. Another tool to onboard, another urgent trend to catch up on. And all of that is sitting on top of your real life. The family you care for, the aging parent, the partner who's also at capacity, the kids who need your attention, the friend you haven't called back, the health issue you've been ignoring, the guilt, the fear, the fatigue, and yes, you still have to run payroll. And don't forget team dynamics, because when your team is stressed, anxious, checked out, or in conflict, you feel it. Doesn't matter how well they mask it. You carry that weight too. You're managing your emotions and theirs, your vision and their uncertainty, your role and theirs, all at once. And then, the thing nobody really says out loud, leadership is lonely. When it's your company, there's no up the chain. Even when you've built a great team, the final decisions are still yours. You're the fallback, the safety net, the one who has to stay calm, even when you feel like screaming. It's not just pressure, it's isolation. So yes, it is a lot. It's too much. And no, you're not being dramatic. You're being human, and you're not alone. Now, usually, this is the part where someone reminds you to drink more water, take a walk, get some rest. And yes, those basics matter. Sleep, nutrition, movement, that's real. But when you're already stretched thin, adding one more wellness task to your to-do list, well, that's just another pressure. So let's talk about a few tools that are less obvious, but still deeply effective. First, protect your inputs. You are not obligated to take in everything the world is throwing at you. You are allowed to limit your exposure, curate your news, set time limits on apps, use tools that let you batch your email. The world will still be there. You just don't have to live in it 24/7. You can even use folders and filters to control when and how certain messages reach you. That one vendor who emails you 6 times a day? Yeah, they can go to a folder. And here's a secret. It goes for your personal life too. That HOA officer who just will not get it? Oh yeah, folder. Remember, you're in control of the channel, not the other way around. Next, single task with intention. Oh yes, I said single task. That's because multitasking is a myth. It's just fast switching between stressors. Pick one thing, one task that moves the needle. Do it well, let it count. And don't try to keep all that in your brain. I use Asana, and I'm telling you, the moment I drop something into that system, I feel the relief because it's not just out of sight, it's out of my head. That mental clutter we carry, it slows us down more than we realize. Get it out, get it down, free up that space. Let's talk about quiet hours. And I don't just mean turning your ringer off. I mean building real, uninterrupted stillness into your workday. And yes, I know for most of us, the idea of quiet sounds like a luxury. You've got team members pinging you, clients emailing, your phone lighting up like it's trying to start a fire. But here's the truth. You can't think clearly if you're constantly reacting. So I want you to block time. Literally, put it on your calendar. Do not disturb CEO brain time. And treat it the way you treat a client meeting or a payroll deadline. No email, no Slack, no texts, no quick questions. This is sacred space for your brain to breathe, for you to think deeply, strategize, review, reflect, or even just sit with the mess for a minute and ask yourself, what actually matters right now? Because when you're leading a business, you don't just need time to do, you need time to see where you're going, to see what's getting in the way. And that kind of clarity, well, it never shows up in a Slack notification. Take micro recovery breaks. You know, we talk about recovery like it's something you do on vacation, a long weekend, a yoga retreat. But if you wait until you're out of the office to recover, you've probably already started running on fumes. I want you to take small, intentional recovery moments during your actual workday. Not a 3-hour nap, not a walk along the beach, just a few minutes, 5, even 2, to reset your system. Step outside and breathe real air. Stretch your arms above your head. Put your phone face down and just sit in silence for a moment. Your nervous system is carrying everything you're dealing with. Stress, decisions, fear, expectations. And when you ignore it, you don't become stronger. You just become more brittle. Micro recoveries are how you stay in the game. They build your stamina. They protect your focus. And over time, they make the difference between a leader who burns out and one who builds something sustainable. Now, this one sounds simple, but it's really powerful. Name what's heavy. Because here's what happens. You don't name it, and it starts to leak into everything. Our decision-making, our energy, our tone in meetings. We tell ourselves, just keep pushing through. But the weight doesn't disappear just because we're pretending it's not there. So take a moment, check in with yourself, and ask, what's sitting on me right now? What's weighing me down? You don't have to unpack it all. You don't have to turn it into a therapy session. In fact, you don't even have to share it with someone else. You can just say, I'm holding a lot right now, or this week feels heavy, or even that conversation from yesterday is still sitting with me. You see, when you name it, you give it shape. And once it has shape, you can decide what to do with it. You can hold it differently, or set it down, or even ask for help. But pretending you're fine when you're not, well, that's not strength. That's slow collapse in disguise. Honestly, even if you just name it to yourself, well, that's where resilience begins. Next, shorten the decision cycle. Now, this one changed my life and probably saved my brain. You have to shorten your decision cycle because here's what we do. We stack decisions. Little ones, medium ones, big ones. Things that should have taken 5 minutes but have been hanging around for 5 days. You know the kind. Should I reply to that email now or tomorrow? Should I update the client? Should we switch payroll vendors? Should I add that training to the agenda? Each one feels small, but together, they're exhausting because your brain is holding them even when you're not actively thinking about them. They're background noise, and that noise eats your energy. So stop hoarding decisions. Make the call. Choose. Then let it go and move on. Now, is it the perfect decision? Well, maybe or maybe not. But the longer you delay, the more it drains you. Clarity is kindness to yourself and to everyone around you. And once you clear out the low-hanging clutter, you'll be amazed how much sharper your thinking becomes on the big stuff, because now you've made room for it. And finally, change the view. Sometimes the most powerful shift isn't internal, it's physical. Work somewhere new for a day. Take a meeting on foot. Journal with a pen and paper. Reset your space to reset your perspective. Listen, you can't stop the world from spinning. You can't pause the news cycle, fix the economy, or remove every stressor from your business. But you can find steadiness in the midst of the swirl. You can build practices that pull you back from the edge. And you can create space and clarity and quiet, even when everything around you feels loud and out of control. And when you do that, you don't just help yourself. You help your business and you help your people. Because that's when you become the steady hand in the middle of all the chaos. So no, like I said, this isn't about pretending everything's okay. It's about learning how to lead when it's most definitely not okay. You see, the amazing thing is that's what actually builds resilience and creates power. And let me tell you, it makes you a real leader. And remember, your inspired leadership is the secret sauce to having a high-performance team and a wildly successful business you'll love. I'll see you next time on Leader's Journey.